Hello folks, welcome back. This is MTG Burgeoning here, and welcome back to the Kitchen Table series. This is episode number 5. We've already dealt with mono white, and mono blue, and mono black, and mono red. So all that's left is a little mono green action. And what better way to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to do mono green than to, oh, that was just perfect. You know, mono green, a Court of Calling. There they are, a Llanowar Elf, another Forest, a Devoted Druid, and another Forest. Folks, this is mono green Elves. Folks, hello, welcome back. MTG Burgeoning here, and we are here with another installment of the Kitchen Table series. Before we get started with the actual deck talk, if you can take a second just to look below to see that you're already subscribed to MTG Burgeoning, that would be fantastic. And if you like what you see, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, share us, like us, do whatever you can to expand the burgeoning movement. So, mono green Elves. Let's start with the mana base. Pretty straightforward. We've got our forests, and I believe there's 14 of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 forests. And land number 14 is the Gaia's Cradle. So 14 lands in the deck, 13 are forests, and 1 is the Gaia's Cradle. So we'll go right to our creature base, and we're going to start with, let's believe it, the most common elf we can find, the Llanowar Elves. All right. 1 playset, 4 copies of the Llanowar Elves. Staying on the 1-drop theme, we've got a playset of Arbor Elf. 1 mana, tap to untap target forest. Elvish Mystic could have been a replacement for Arbor Elf, but as we'll see in a little while, there's a reason why the untapped target forest is so favorable in this deck. Staying on the 1-drop theme, we have a playset of Heritage Druid. Tap 3 untapped elves we control to add 3 green to our mana pool. Okay, so why this is so important is that this enables our elves to tap for mana as soon as they come into play. They don't have to worry about just being summoned. They can activate it as though it had haste, even though it doesn't really have haste. So very important, the Heritage Druid. Staying with the 1-drop theme, we have the Nettle Sentinel, a 2/2 elf for 1 green. He doesn't untap during its controller's untap step, but whenever we cast a green spell, we may untap Nettle Sentinel. 4 copies of that. So, why that is so awesome, we have some Nettle Sentinels in play. We tap them for green mana from the Heritage Druid. We cast something that comes into play. It's a green spell. We untap the Nettle Sentinel. We keep casting spells. Alright, staying on the theme of 1-drop, this is a very, very new addition to the deck. It's only 1 copy thus far because of its great expense. I was lucky enough to get this in a pack. That would be the Allosaurus Shepherd. Just coming out in Jumpstart. This is a green for a 1/1, can't be countered. Green spells we control can't be countered. And for 4 and 2 green, until end of turn, each elf creature we control has base power and toughness 5/5 and becomes a dinosaur in addition to its other types. This knocked out a copy of Azuri, Renegade Leader, and if more copies become available, it'll most likely do the same thing. Okay, so that's 1 copy of the Allosaurus Shepherd. Moving to our 2-drops, we have the Priest of Titania. Very simple. Tap for 1 green. Tap it for 1 green of, let's try this a 3rd time. Tap to add a green to our mana pool for each elf on the battlefield. Not just elves we control, elves all over the place. 1 play set. Priest of Titania. Staying with the 2-drop theme, we have Devoted Druid from Shadowmoor. For 1 and a green, we get an 0/2 elf that we can tap for a green. We can put a -1/-1 counter on Devoted Druid to untap him. A playset of Devoted Druid. Okay. And you could see with the inclusion of Devoted Druid and some of the other elves we're going to see, you're going to see the potential for a great number of combo pieces. Okay. Let's move. I think we're getting a bit of a glare here, so let's just shift a little bit. There we go. All right. And so we move to our 3-drops for our elves, and as I had mentioned earlier that we had a Azuri Renegade Leader here in the deck, and with Azuri, 1 and 2 green, 2/2, and for 2 and 3 green, he overruns. All of our elves get +3/+3 and trample till end of turn, and we can tap a green to regenerate another target elf. Very important because people are going to try to kill our elves. 3 copies. Used to be 4, but the Allosaurus Rider took one of them away. And the last of our elves, the Elvish Archdruid. 1 and 2 green, he's our Elf Lord. He's a 2/2. He taps to add a green to our mana pool for each elf we control. 1 playset, 4 copies. Those are the elves in the deck, but those aren't all of the creatures in the deck. Last creature card, Big Daddy CB, baby. Crater Hoof Behemoth. 5 and 3 green. 5/5 haste that when it enters the battlefield, creatures we control gain trample, get +X/+X end of turn, where X is the number of creatures we control. This is one of our finishers in this deck. We get the Crater Hoof Behemoth in play with a bunch of elves, and it's pretty much lights out. Those are our creatures. So let's take a look at some of the spells we have in our deck here to help us get this Elf Ball engine rolling. We'll start with 3 copies of Elvish Guidance. For 2 and a green, we enchant a land, and whenever the enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds a green to his or her mana pool for each elf in play. So this is our enchantment version of the Priest of Titania. This is why we included 4 copies of Arbor Elf. Tap our Priest of Titania Enchanted Forest, tap the Arbor Elf to untap it, and then tap it again. 3 copies, Elvish Guidance. Next up, we have Leyline of Abundance, a brand new leyline from Core 2020. For 2 and 2 green, whenever we tap a creature for mana, add an additional green. And for 6 and 2 green, we can put a +1/+1 counter on each creature we control. That is an ability that, let's be honest, it's not going to be used very much. This is included because, as it is a leyline, if it's in our opening hand, we begin the game with it on the battlefield. And having this on the battlefield to begin the game in an elf deck, pretty much doubling the amount that our elves can cast, or that our elves can tap for the Llanowar Elves and then the Heritage Druid. Very, very powerful. Full play set, all 4. 4 Leylines of Abundance. Next up, we have Court of Calling. For X and 3 green, we can search our library for a creature card with converted mana cost X or less and put it into play. Then we can shuffle our library. So we can convoke this as well, which means each creature we tap while playing the spell reduces its cost by a colorless mana or by 1 mana of that creature's color. That's probably not going to be used a great deal because a lot of our elves are already tapping for more than 1 green mana. So by not using Convoke, we're actually by using Convoke, we're squandering our resources a bit. So with the Leyline of Abundance, the Convoke part of this, not as strong. And admittedly, Court of Calling could be a card that could be replaced by Green Sun Zenith. And I am leaning towards replacing the 2 copies of Court of Calling with Green Sun Zenith, just because it would be cheaper to get the Crater Hoof into play by using the Green Sun Zenith. We only need to tap for 9, where here we need to tap for 11. Yes, it's an instant, but I mean, this is Elf Ball. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what's coming anyways. So that one's up in the air a little bit. All right, last 4 cards of the deck. This is it, folks. Genesis Wave, Scars of Mirrodin. Reveal the top X cards of our library. You may put any number of permanent cards with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Then put all cards revealed this way that weren't put onto the battlefield into your graveyard. Generate a bunch of mana, Genesis Wave for a huge number if needed, put a ton of stuff into play, and then just win the game. 4 copies of Genesis Wave. And that is MTG Burgeoning's Mono Green Elf deck. This is the Kitchen Table Series, installment number 5. So how about we shuffle this deck up and take it for a few test spins. Alright folks, so we took a look at the deck list. We got some elves here. We're going to shuffle this baby up. We're going to do a little play testing so we can see just how gently and smoothly this mono green elf deck can flow. Okay, I'm going to give it a nice little shuffle. And with this deck, you want to be thinking game over around turn 3 or 4. There is the propensity for a lot of, well, wonderful elf-like combos that can happen in this deck. So let's see how it looks in a live game test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, here we go. Let's opening hand. Okay, perfect. We got an elf. Oh, yeah, perfect. We got an elf and an elf deck. I meant to say a Llanowar elf. There's the Heritage Druid, beautiful. A priest. Whoops. And, oh, Gaia's Cradle. Oh boy, this one is going to be a beauty. This is definitely a keeper. We draw our first card, Court of Calling. Oh boy. Alright, so we're going to play our forest for turn. I'm going to tap that forest, and we are going to play Llanowar Elves, turn 1. Okay. Untap, turn 2. Devoted Druid, that's perfect too. Alright, so let's do this. We're going to tap. We're going to cast Heritage Druid. Play land for turn as a Gaia's Cradle. I'm going to tap the Gaia's Cradle for 2 mana. We are going to put out into play... let's see, we'll put out a Devoted Druid. Then we're going to tap 1, tap 2, tap 3, utilizing the Heritage Druid's ability. And we will put into play an Azuri. Alright, that was turn 2. Maybe I should have put the priest in play. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. We untap. Okay, we're moving to turn 3. Draw. Leyline of Abundance. That would have been better in our opening hand, but not terrible here, as we tap this for 4. Again, this is turn 3. Let's cast the Leyline of Abundance. Let's put that over here. You hold on to that, Lily. Alright, so we're going to be getting an extra mana for each time that we tap one of our elves for a green. So the Heritage Druid is going to be tapping for 2 and each time it does that. So let's do that for 2. Priest of Titania. -1/-1 counter. Untap that baby. We'll tap it again for 2. Priest of Titania, still holding a Court of Calling in our hand. This is still just turn 3, folks. Okay, so then what we're going to do is... I think what we could do is we could probably swing big if we tap 2, 4 for 6 mana. And we activate Azuri's ability. +3/+3 to give our creatures a nice little overrun. Declare combat. We send, what, 6? We send in 9. This is turn 3. And then we untap. That's why I should have played the Priest of Titania as much sooner, so I could have tapped to get the Court of Calling in play. And that would have been game over. All right, turn 4, we draw a card. There he is. No need to even cast it. Tap that for 6. Tap that for 7. Tap that for 8. There's our Crater Hoof Behemoth. And that's game, folks. Just like we said, by turn 3, turn 4, it probably could have been turn 3 had I played the Priest of Titania the right way. Let's do it again. All right, so let's play test the elf deck one more time. The first was pretty successful, and that's really just a snippet of what this deck can do. There have been times that I have been able to put an opponent down on turn 2. All right. Let's get some of that magic right here. 5, 6, 7. Devoted Druid, Forest. Heritage Druid, that's a great start. Elvish Guidance, Court of Calling, Genesis Wave. All right, Gaia's Cradle. Okay. Not the strongest of hands, but we're going to roll with it. Let's see what happens. Oh, could have used an elf right there. Heritage Druid, that's turn 1. Turn 2, Crater Hoof. All right, not who we want right this moment. So let's go to Devoted Druid. Turn 2. Draw a card. Oh, no, we're going to get flooded here. Turn 3. Actually, don't play that. You play the Gaia's Cradle instead. Tap this for 2. That for 1. Elvish Guidance on this. All right, that's turn 3. And turn 4 comes. We play a land. 2, 4, 5, 6. It's looking a little rough here. There's no question about that. So let's go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's tap that for 7. Put a -1/-1 counter. Put up -1/-1 counter, and we'll do that for 8. So let's Genesis Wave for 5. See if that might 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See if that can help us speed things along. Priest of Titania, Llanowar Elves, Llanowar Elves, Heritage Druid, and a whole Leyline of Abundance. Yeah, I think that helped. Oh, baby. Wow, okay, so we have lots of options now. Holy mackerel. All right, but we've only got the one creature that came into play. These 4 all have Summoning Sickness. All right, so what I think we do, turn 4, I think we just kind of sit tight, hold out, hope. Well, I don't know. Well, maybe not. If we do something like 2... Nope, that won't be enough. 2, 4, 6. Well, we can get a... See, that's just it. Do we cast the Crater Hoof? He won't be 3, 6, 11. Nah. Be better off to just hang on to him. 2, 4, so we can Court of Calling something in the play. All right, so turn 4. We got there, but it wouldn't be enough. So this one, not as good. This turn 4, that play test, not as good. Let's try one more. All right, let's give it. Third time will be the charm. First go around, very nice and smooth. Second go around, a little clunky. May have benefited from a mulligan. That might have been a good idea with 2 X spells, and yeah, that probably would have worked out. All right, so let's just give it another go. Come on, let's get this elf engine running. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Forest. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, that's positive. Zuri. Okay, Priest, it's not horrible. Let's give it a whirl because we've got the Leyline of Abundance. Let's put that into play first. This allows our elves to give us some an extra green. All right, turn 1. Oh, there we go. Forest, land on more elves, untap. Turn 2. Another one of those. Okay. This time we will make no mistake. We'll tap that for 2. We will cast a Priest of Titania. And then we will tap 1 and we will play an Arbor Elf. That's turn 2. We got that Court of Calling right there. Turn 3. Another Heritage Druid. I mean, not another Heritage Druid, as we drew the Heritage Druid again. And that's going to be awfully nice. So this is turn 3. Heritage Druid going into play. And what I want to do here... Yeah, let's do this. Let's tap the Priest for 5. And then we'll use 4 of that for another Leyline of Abundance. With 1 mana floating. We'll tap that for 1, 2, 3 for 4. And then we'll cast an Azuri. Try to get a little room over here. Alright, yep. And we've got this on turn. All you gotta do is make sure we get on tap with our guys, which we do have some options of regenerating. So even if we lose Azuri, that's not a problem. So there it is, folks. We untap. We got all the mana in the world. We draw a card. We play that Forest. So we're just looking to flash in a Crater Hoof for 11. And I don't think we're going to have any problem doing that. Because we'll just go... Actually, we may not even need the Crater Hoof in this scenario. Well, yeah, I mean, if we can do it, we're definitely going to do it. So we tap the Priest for 6. 7, 8, 9. And then right here, 10, 11, 12. We Court of Calling, flash in the Crater Hoof. And elves are going to be getting +6/+6 trample. And that's game. Turn 4. Turn 4 again. 2 out of 3. Alright, play test 4. So far, it's doing what we're looking to do. 2 of the previous 3 play tests. Game 4, we were pretty much had it. Could have had it game 3, I do believe, in the first one. One that was kind of clunky. Still have not had that dream draw. Maybe if we don't get it this time, I'll just set it up in my hand and play it out just to kind of show what this deck is capable of with just the right perfect opening hand. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, here we go. Arbor Elf and the Forest. Double mint gum on the elves, a devoted druid, Elvish Archdruid, Court of Calling, and another Forest. All right, not great. Let's give it a whirl and see. Turn 1. Oh, that could have been our opening hand. Arbor Elf. Actually, that wouldn't have helped a great deal. Turn 2. Now it's looking better. Let's see if we cast. Yeah, let's put down a Gaia's Cradle. Tap that for 1. Play an Arbor Elf. Untap this Forest. Tap that for 1. Tap that for 2, 3. Play an Elvish Archdruid. This is turn 2, folks. Oh, come on, that would be sweet if we grab the Elvish Guidance right here. Forest. All right. Play the Forest. We're going to tap this for 2. We're going to throw out a Devoted Druid. And boy, oh boy, we're looking pretty good here. We are looking pretty good. You just tap the Gaia's Cradle for 4 and cast a Leyline of Abundance. We've got our elves. We've got some mana. We can Court of Calling. Next turn, 4, 5, yep. Well, actually, we might be able to... No, we just cast that guy. All right, so that was turn 3. On tap. Draw a card. Play a forest. Tap the forest for 1 to cast a Nettle Sentinel. And very simply, we tap this for 5. 6, 7. And then we need 6, 7. And then we just tap that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for 6, for 13. Flash in the Crater Hoof. And there we have it. 1 Crater Hoof comes in, gives all of our elves +6/+6, and we attack for lethal. There it is, folks. And here we go. Last time. I want to do better than turn 4. I really do. Come on. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Arbor Elf, Heritage Druid, Genesis Wave, Land of War. There's our Forest, Arch Druid. Come on. Oh, Gaia's Cradle, boy. If we only have the maximum 1 copy of that, we sure do draw that baby a lot. Turn 1. Oh, second Genesis Wave is not optimal. We will play a Heritage Druid. Okay, draw turn 2. We're going to play Gaia's Cradle. We're going to tap that for 1. We will cast Land of War Elves, and we tap that for 2. We cast a Devoted Druid. Tap that for 1, tap that for 2, tap that for 3, and an Elvish Arch Druid. Now we're flowing here a little bit. That was all on turn 2. Alright, turn 3. More Arbor Elves. You know what? I just want to hit the big Genesis Wave here. So let's just go 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's Genesis Wave for 9. This is turn 3, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, oh, Genesis Wave. Land of War Elves. Arch Druid. Forest. Zuri. Priest of Titania. Really? Seriously? Every copy of Genesis Wave? Alright, so there's all 4 copies of the Genesis Wave. And we have a Zuri, so we can protect our guys. We can regenerate them. This is turn 3. Next turn with turn 4, we just activate Azuri's ability, and we just swing for trampling, lethal damage. Folks, this is MTG Burgeoning, and you are watching the Kitchen Table series. This is installment number 5, Mono Green Elves. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I had making it. So what is an MTG Burgeoning Pack War? Well, an MTG Burgeoning Pack War is a monthly YouTube event during which participants are randomly assigned a booster pack from the same Magic the Gathering set. And it will never be Dragon's Maze. The individual who opens the most valuable rare, mythic rare, or foil from among those packs will receive every rare, mythic rare, and foil opened during that video. Here's an example. If 12 adversaries pack war during a monthly video, then the opponent who opened the most valuable rare, mythic rare, or foil from among these 12 packs will receive every rare, mythic rare, and foil from among the 12 packs opened during this event. How can I participate? You can click on the link below. It will take you to www.buymeacoffee.com/MTGBurgeoning. Provide your information and click the Support $5 button on the page in order to, as the website puts it, buy MTG Burgeoning a Planeswalker. Each month, supporters who buy MTG Burgeoning a Planeswalker will be eligible for the following month's pack war. As the number of monthly combatants increases, so do the potential rewards. More participants amounts to more rares, mythic rares, and or foils for each monthly conqueror. Plan for battle. Ready for combat. Prepare for war. All card prices are as stated by TCG Player Mid at the time of opening. In the unlikely event of a tie, each deadlocked combatant will receive a bonus booster pack in order to break the tie. The combatant who opens the most valuable rare, mythic rare, or foil from these bonus booster packs will break the tie and be declared the Pack Wars victor.